Hey, Patriots, well, if you're like me, you are pretty darn excited these two are heading up the Department of Government Efficiency for President Trump. But do you really know how your hard-earned tax dollars are being spent?
Did a grant to Ecuador to host 12 drag shows.
I started doing a little digging and came across Senator Langford from Oklahoma. He's been beating his drum loud for years on this very subject. And in today's video, I highlighted a few expenditures that will leave you scratching your head and probably piss you off a bit too. Please be so kind to hit that like button to support the channel. Now let's get on with the show.
For instance, last year the State Department did a grant to Ecuador to host 12 drag shows in Ecuador. Always popular. We had an almost $350,000 grant to study smart toilets. If you like wine country, great, you help pay for it. The highest income areas in the world is Napa Valley, California. One of the highest income areas in the entire world. The good folks of Oklahoma helped pay for a wine pedestrian trail through Napa Valley because apparently Napa Valley didn't have enough cash to be able to pay for the 8-mile walking trail through wine country, some of the most expensive real estate in the entire world.
That doesn't make sense.
We also had a grant that was done studying colonial Mexican soundscapes. Did a study on helmets and seatbelts in Ghana. If you like traveling to Paris and you go to a butcher shop in Paris, you may be fascinated to know, since the 13th century, apparently butchers in Paris have come up with their own private language. It's like a super secret private language among butchers in Paris. Fascinating for the French to study, but unfortunately, the American taxpayers paid for a study of French butchers' private language for fear that it is diminishing and fading away. It's a very famous biblical story, the parable of the sower. Well, this particular version of the parable of the sower was actually a little bit different. What your tax dollars paid for is actually an event that was done to teach climate futurism and to be able to use the parable of the sower from the Bible, but to reteach a new religion called Earth Seed.
How dare you!
We also did an interview project that was almost $200,000 in Ghana to interview taxi cab drivers and truck drivers to ask them about how difficult driving has become with climate change. Last year, we also spent $991 million on soft-sided facilities, those are called tents, along our border in Mexico.
Almost $1 billion US tax dollars to buy tents for migrants. January 20th can't get here quick enough.
And we will make America great again. God bless you and good night.